People experiencing poverty want to be impoverished. Sex workers want to be sex workers. And the abused want to be abused. I hope that you are just as shocked as I was when I heard these words come out of people's mouths. Because I have a genuine desire to understand people because I believe it's important. I talk to a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different age groups. Remember, I used to be a teacher. And what I have learned from having conversations with these people is that people are not in these circumstances because they want to be, so much as because it's what their environment has taught them. It's what they've experienced in life, and they don't know any other way. Yes, of course, it's much more difficult for us to get outside of our comfort zone. That's what we consider normal, which we have experience with. So if anything, that's the closest I could ever come to agreeing with these people, that it's much easier to stay in your comfort zone with that which you know works, even if you're just surviving, than it is to try something new and potentially fail. For a lot of my students, they refused to write an essay on their dream vacation because they refused to dream. They refused to consider the possible potential positive future because they were afraid they would never have it. So there's no point in dreaming. For years, for many years, psychologists have had this debate. Are we a result of nature or nurture? And in this particular case, it is most definitely a case of nurture. From the time we're born, we're inundated with information about the world around us. And if our environment tells us that we're too poor, that we can't, that only certain people do this, that is exactly what we will believe. And as we grow up, those beliefs will have conditioned us to behave a certain way. Not only that, but the people that we need to rely on to give us awareness of how to succeed very frequently also feed this belief unconsciously. Research actually shows that teachers feed their students unconsciously through their behaviors, their expectations of the student. So if they expect a student to fail a test, that student may very well likely fail the test because it's expected of them. And based upon the teacher's behavior toward them or lack of behavior toward them, they will fulfill that prophecy. Same thing when it comes to graduating from high school, having a successful career, going to college. Students or individuals tend to become an occupation they see in their home or their immediate environment. So if your parents are doctors, you are more likely to become a doctor. If they're teachers, you're more likely to become a teacher. It's what you're familiar with. It's what you know. Not only that, but if there is a lack of guidance or awareness in your environment, you are more likely to not have access to the things you need in order to try something new. It's not just access to money necessarily. Resources is more than just money. It's also understanding, knowledge, awareness. And if there's no one in your environment to provide awareness to you, chances are you're not going to go seek it because you don't think that whatever you're seeking awareness for is possible. So I hope this video helps you to understand that when people don't achieve certain things, it's not because they don't want to necessarily, so much as it's one, the ease of staying in their comfort zone, because the fear of leaving the comfort zone is much greater than their current desire. So perhaps these people that I was talking to, perhaps what their message really should be is that until they're suffering, their discomfort is great enough for them to venture outside their comfort zone and try something new, they will remain where they are. And if they're remaining where they are, it's likely because their discomfort isn't great enough for them to seek something different. However, I still want to challenge that with, even if they were to seek something different, where would they go to find it? Where is the awareness? If you're not even sure where to go to find the awareness, and I know some of us might say Google has all the answers. Google doesn't have all the answers. They don't know where to find help for free if you're struggling with poverty. Sometimes it literally takes going out and talking to people having connections to get you where you want to be isn't just about nepotism. It isn't just about having money to get you connections. Sometimes when we just go out and talk to people about our challenges or what we're dealing with and what our goals are, you never know who you're going to find, who has information that you will find beneficial. And that's what some people in a spiritual lifestyle call synchronicities, right? People appear into our life and give us information when we're seeking it. I hope that this has been a valuable video for you. And hopefully we can take a look around and see how, if maybe there are beliefs that we have that are keeping us from seeking awareness, from seeking information that will help us achieve our goals. Or maybe there's someone in our life that's going through that right now and we don't know what to do to help them. Sometimes just getting outside and talking to people about what our goals are can help. We shouldn't discount people. Everyone is valuable. Everyone has strengths. They just need to know what those strengths are in order to start dreaming about what they want. And then when they can see how realistically they can apply those strengths to get to their goals, all of a sudden things become possible. When things become possible, they start acting. They start acting differently. They start engaging with people differently. They start pursuing their dream that they never thought was possible before. This is why my mission, I feel, is so important, to heal and uplift people around the world by helping them to see how their limiting mindsets are holding them back, and to help them find the awareness, the information, the sources and resources that they need to achieve their goals, even starting with nothing. Nothing. There are a lot of people out there who will help you if you give them $10,000. Awareness should not cost. Because when it does, what you're saying is, if you were born into the right social class that had money, you wouldn't be dealing with this to begin with. And P.S., if you don't have that money, you can't pay me to get the help. So if you're not of the right social class to begin with, you're not going to get help to get out of your situation. Do you see where I'm going here? It's a vicious cycle. Let's become a community. Let's help fight poverty and all of the things that come with it by coming together to share our resources, our knowledge, our awareness, and providing that to people so that they can choose. They now have a possibility. They have a path. And if that path makes it just a little bit easier to leave your comfort zone, the discomfort of where you are will be greater than the fear of trying something and not knowing how it's going to turn out, because you have a path and you have resources, people, a community to help you find that. We live in a world now where no one should be hungry, where no one should be dealing with poverty, where no one should have to resort to occupations that are degrading to the soul, to the value of you as a human being. So let's work together so that everyone can be in a place where they can thrive. This is Heather with Reflecting Inward Life Coaching, and I hope to hear from you soon. You're loved.